do now. We have a probe going across the map, and of course that you would think to yourself that could just be a probe scout. Very often it is, but with him, oftentimes it mutates into something completely different.
Oh, I mean, this is such a fast pylon. It makes me think
that proxy gate?
Yeah,
you were thinking about it.
The barracks is just at home, though. It's just, it is a gas first, I believe, but, or barracks gas, actually, I think. So, yeah, I mean, this is a very, like, straightforward defensive build where Time can get a unit out very early. Time, however, does not have a scout out on the map, so that second gateway is there. I mean, it's still hard to defend even with a normal build.
Yeah.
This rush basically aims to rally a Zealot across the map and then get a few Stalkers, one from home, one from this gateway, chrono boosted in. And because Terran often puts their expansion down on the low ground before scouting, suddenly they have this huge investment that's very exposed. So even if you're never going to crack the main, you can still get big damage done. And already stealing a second gas there is Haas. You can even go super all in with this push and start building a massive shield batteries in front of their ramp and just try to bust through. If there's one person who's going to try to do that, it probably is Haas.
Well, I was going to say, if that gas steal tips off Time, it would show in the form of not taking the low ground natural, but Time is going to go ahead and do that anyways. And there's that Zealot that Pig was talking about coming across the map. Now, Pig, what about Marines first here? Because often we do see a Reaper come out, but in this case, it is going to be a Marine. Is that good or bad for Time in this defense?
You know, the problem with it is it isn't going to be as maneuverable. That is TV. Just giving the Zealot a bit of a hug before he does brush past. Slows that down a second or two, might be impactful. But the Marine has, you know, roughly similar damage output to a Reaper, but it does save a little bit more of that money to get the factory up nice and fast behind it.
Jeez Louise. Bad luck for Time here as the Marine actually just walks right past this. The first SCV will die.
Yeah, you
Stalker
definitely
also has the flank on top of that Marine, right? So if it comes up here to try and help out, it's just going to die for free.
That's a lot of SCVs being pulled, but I don't really think it's even enough here. I mean, the Stalker, the Probe, just going to micro down against that Marine. Two more Marines do come out. Oh, the Probe gets the finishing hit on that Marine, but there's a Zealot chasing the Marines. Stalker's chasing the SCVs. Notice how Haas is trying to target the SCV building the command center, but he was not able to do it, and as a result, he's realizing that CC is going to finish, so he's just got to kill as many workers, as many Marines as he possibly can.
The bunker does finish, but there's nobody to get inside of it, and now Time makes the right choice, and that is to just go up inside the main. He's got a factory that's got a Cyclone trying to come out there. A brain pause for me as Haz throws everything he has at the top of the ramp.
Oh wow, a Stargate already going down behind this as well. Haas is preparing for a very, very quick transition. His economy is not going down super fast. The Nexus just starts now. But the question is, how does Time break out of here? And is he going to be ready for the Stargate pressure?
Wow. Haz once again tries to poke to the top of the ramp. Now, he does only lose the one Stalker. I feel like he loses the strength of his army, but what he does see is the reaction from Time, and it is going to be that Cyclone. And only just now is that second gas getting targeted down as well, which is, again, information for Haz. He's not seeing missile turrets. He's not seeing Widow Mines parking around. He's got to feel pretty good about that Oracle popping in.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is always something which gives value, the Oracle. There's a Widow Mine out, so hopefully he doesn't fly into that, but it's going to give a lot of information. Time is forced into a position where you never want to be as the Terran. You're stuck in your base, you don't have any Liberators or medevacs out, there's not a lot of pressure you can put on, but you also don't have information. I don't think Time knows about the expansion, has no idea, is it just another big all-in that's going to hit? And he's got to just weigh up, well, I can't cover every option, I've got to skip something. Maybe I'll skip on the detection, maybe I'll skip the anti-air, but there's a good chance he gets caught out by something.
And it is going to be Cloaked Banshee, which this is the nice thing about Oracle opening is it gives you a really good chance to at least scout that out. So even if he doesn't kill a bunch of SCVs, if he dives inside that main base or uses it as a spotter for the Stalkers, it's a very good chance he'll see what this tech is. And Banshees really rely on not being scouted to get their damage done.
Yeah, they're definitely one of those units where we've seen some very high-level Terrans find a way to sort of just kind of maneuver them around the map, even once they've been scouted. They kind of force a reaction, get something, but the dream is to not have your opponent see it until two Cloaked Banshees are in the mineral line massacring their workers. Finally, we are seeing these workers moving down, the Marines and the Cyclones. The Stalkers, though, take a few Marines and an SCV out.
Yeah.
And the Oracle.
Buying a lot of attention. Where's that Oracle?
Oh, he waited for two of them as well. Haas is going to dive into the main mineral line. There's nothing there. The Widow Mine! The Widow Mine does get a shot off. One Oracle goes down. The Widow Mine does get taken down in revenge. The Stalkers forcing the Marines and Cyclones to stay at the front. What a beautiful combo. The Stalkers were never going to break the front, but they forced the defense to stay there, and that alone is massive. The Oracle there just going to fight that Cyclone, but the mass repair will be a little bit too much. He comes back in on the front at the same time.
Oh no, all the Marines except for one dies, and now the Stalkers are unleashed. The tank, of course, has the damage to do something here, and Has going to make the wise choice to back out. It's going to cost him. 2 Stalkers die in that last volley, but 9 SCVs do perish as the Oracle is able to make its way out of there. And here comes that Cloak Banshee, and it is, it's just spotted instantly.
Haas is all over this game. That proxy gate getting such a good start off for Haas. And time, I mean, he's just inching along, bloodied and bruised at 28 workers. He's got just so little production, no upgrades. The Banshee being stopped, I mean, time is out of options at this point. This other Banshee can try and hide it, hopefully get it in and kill a few workers. But he's just got to play a very long game, and he's decided the 3rd command center and just kind of waiting it out, turtling up might be the answer. But at this point, Haas is massively, massively favored.
Absolutely. Way up in workers, and like you pointed out, the faster 3rd even. And I do like the choice for the Forge and Twilight Council behind this, so he's not all in on Stargate or something like that crazy right now. But there is nothing in this mineral line, by the way. And that's just the kind of risk that Time had to take. He can't turtle up too much and really like cover all your bases, because when you're behind like this, it just ends up being a loss anyways. But the Banshee shows up. Now look what the shield battery does. When it's just the one Banshee, it has the toughest and most difficult path to trying to kill probes. I'm trying to say anything but time.
It takes so many shots to actually get through, because you're only doing about 4 damage a shot. So it takes 5 volleys rather than just 2 to kill a probe. Makes you far less effective. But now the energy's out. It's starting to rack up quite a few there.
Yeah, I guess there's no recall, huh?
Yeah, and Haas not having any detection there at the moment. The Phoenix coming back. The Oracle's not quite having 50 energy.
Oh, my gosh.
This is what I talk about. Sometimes the Banshees do come back and get some damage.
Well, is this the Banshee with the damage, or is this a severe mass play by Has? Like, you get the first Banshee.
Maybe a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
A little bit of both, yeah. I understand the logic of like, okay, I killed that first Banshee for free. There's no way they make a second one. But in my, I mean, you think about like a Protoss. Like if the first DT gets picked off, do you never make another DT? No, you make 36 more DTs until they eventually work. And here it is. This is the 3rd attempt. But even still, Has is ahead in workers, has that really fast 3rd. And it's a good thing he does, because the damage otherwise would have been pretty painful.
And Mass Blink is probably going to be the follow-up. We've seen Haas play this
there you go.
To about the 20-minute mark in some of his games. Haas apparently not watching that. Does miss this Banshee flying in.
Not the tightest of security at Camp Has, I would say. They're there. They know what they're supposed to do, but do they see it?
Well, Haas is the guy who leaves the front door to his apartment open to try and lure thieves in. Like, you know, he doesn't lock everything down. He wants to lure you into that messy scenario. And once again, a few probes going down here. A big army grouping up at the front, but this is a little bit nasty. Yeah, 3 more probes do go down. The worker count very equal. Haas is still epically ahead in unit count, but is that mass unupgraded Zealot, Jeff? I think he thought he was making charge.
Oh my God.
But he made Blink.
Well, Blink finishes, and now he's doing charge.
Okay.
Here's the thing about Has, by the way. Notice the production tab. No more probes being made, because he's like, thank you for killing them, because that's like 2 pylons I would have had to make. He is just, he's just very different, right?
Yeah,
he went for +1 attack. Now he's doing +1 armor.
He knows who he's playing against. He scouts this. He's like, whoa, no way, dude. I'm not going to come down that ramp. He's just going to stay on 2 base for the next 5 minutes. Has really should be adding some gases and getting Storm or a few more probes, because every second that goes by, even though he has map control and the base advantage, he doesn't really have an income advantage right now, or only a very small one. So, I mean, we see Time here feeling the pressure that Terran players feel to move out of the map. Oh, but he turns around very quickly. And the thing is, that's the mistake. You don't need to pressure against Haas. Against any other Protoss player, you might need to. But get the Ghosts out, get the Widowmine count up, and just keep your army together and take the slowest 3rd of all time. And there's actually still somehow hope alive in this game for Time.
Yeah, he can basically circle his base and missile turrets and sensory towers, get full upgrades, move out at 200. There's some Terran players that play that way. It's usually not very effective, but if you're playing against Has, it might be what you have to do. Now he's going to try to creep down here. These are all spotted, by the way. So the Widowmines die, 2 die, and 1 gets damaged pretty heavily there, basically for free. Oh, Has. You can't, buddy. No way. He's thinking about it.
The bio is being a little bit overly conservative, meaning the Widowmine shots aren't getting the value. You actually want to have a lot more Marines in front. He's just being super careful, but he is going to move down now. Oh, no. Haas is going to pull the trigger. He's going to go up that ramp, but that is a death zone. You cannot break that ramp, Haas.
Well, he's learning that now. He's going to back away, but this is something that Pig was talking about. There's no Storm behind this. There's no Colossus. There's no splash damage whatsoever. It's got to be this fight right here.
Nice pickups. The Zealot flanks are coming in, but that is just too much bio. The upgrades even on either side, and time takes a 50 supply lead. Walkers and Zealots counter-attacking across the map right now. Haas needs to buy time. He can't fight this army front on. He's got to pull time home, but time, I think, might have enough units to hold the main ramp. He's going to lose a lot of workers in his natural, though. Yeah, he's going to ferry back behind his wall, and Haas wants a base trade here. His Storm is almost ready. He's got Zealots hitting the third at the same time. That tank will not be able to defend that. The main base is being breached. Haas, despite this game going terribly awry, looks like he's being decisive enough. Suddenly, when put behind, he knows exactly what to do. Time is way slower to get in here with the base trade.
Pig, the Storm is about to finish here. If he's got some Templar and can land any Storms at all, that could actually turn this game into a huge victory for him. I think it is just the one Templar so far, but this army that's out on the map for time is really, really scary.
A few high Templar landing those Storms could be big. There are ghosts out, and there's still a very scary army for both sides. Those Widow Mine shots in the north of the base just took out about 6 or 7 Zealots. A lot of Haas's army did go down, but the production has been breached. Haas's production still here for a moment, but one big Zealot warp in. That might be all he needs. He's got Psystorm. He's got a few Stalkers to deal with the Liberators as well. And every second that goes by, Haas is able to build more units. He should not be engaging down there, though.
No,
a little bit of a misstep.
Yeah, he just kind of sloppily A-moves some units down there. The fight inside's going okay, but it's the micro battle that's occurring here where the Liberator's picking off some key units. It's this right here, though. Is there going to be any Storms? He actually backed off. He's got the 2 Templar, but there are still Ghosts out here, and if they can land any EMP or snipes here, it's it. The Storm! Kind of a whip. The first one's not great.
Oh, the EMP misses as well. One good Storm goes down, takes out a bunch of the Marines. Of course, a lot of the bio will be able to heal itself up over time with these medevacs, and the Zealots going down. There's not enough firepower. Haas's production has been breached. He will not be able to defend his main base any longer. It is going to go into a base trade, and with no flying units out on the map right now for Haas, it could be a forced draw or a win. Time, I don't think he can lose this game anymore unless there's a Phoenix on the map.
Yeah, he's going to try to relocate to the middle over there. And his army's stronger, I really do have to say, for time. He is down a single armor upgrade, so that's kind of the... Well, actually, looking at that, it's a lot. It's going to come down to like the Liberators. If he can land EMP center mass on the Protoss army, it's lights out. He only does have the 4 medevacs, and 2 of which are really low in health. It's actually very close.
I'm besieged.
Oh, he does have Storm.
Okay, a couple of Side Storms coming in there from the left-hand side. And these Liberator zones, the siege tank, very nice.
I think you gotta pull back. You don't need to fight here. I think
the EMP is huge. All over the High Templar. And he's gonna force the fight now. The Marines are coming forward. Flanking
where did that come from?
Very nice. He's just got to buy time. He's got to regenerate energy now. Those High Templar need to get more energy up. Time is going to take forever to get any production up. Both of them are. And the High Templar are the more powerful renewable resource here.
Yeah.
If they can just renew energy, get a few more Psystorms, they should be able to do this.
And I think both these barracks will die as well.
Man, Haas was so far behind in this game as well after that. He was so far ahead and then so far behind. This has been a real seesaw. But down in the base trade, Haas is very, very on point. He's got a full base mining now. He can unsupply block himself very soon.
What's in the main base, by the way? Is it all depowered? Yes.
Yeah.
He could actually just jump down and snipe that orbital, by the way, and really, again, have this game. Oh, Storm's landing on top of Liberators.
They're out of energy, though. They're out of energy. The High Templar just walked to their death. The Marine Marauder take them out. There's nothing that shoots up on this side of the map for Haas.
And he's running the Zealots.
Oh, no.
Getting 3 shots
here. No. Time finds the angle. He knows there is nothing to fight. The Liberators on this side of the map right now. Haas might have let this one slip away. He doesn't have any production up right now. He's trying to sneak his probes back to the north side of the map, realizing this base is going to be evacuated.
Gets 1 Liberator, but he's got the weaker army now, I feel like. He's actually running for good.
Yeah.
The probes went across the map, by the way. They're kind of making their way back up there. They're not mining.
Yeah,
this is just a duck, duck, goose game right now, and Haz is the goose.
Right now, things are getting very scrappy. There's still so many medevacs just able to heal this forever. Their ability to just heal nonstop is crazy. Now that the High Templar are gone, I mean, damaging the Libs looked nice at the time, but it opened up those High Templar to go down. They were not being protected. Time gonna bring in a Liberator on the mineral line as well. The crisis management in this game has been off the chain. Those probes trying to evacuate and hide. Haas is just gonna
try and play a very slow comeback. But honestly, that's a long time before that's going to kick in. And I think our Terran player here is going to realize something's up.
Just chasing these units across the map. Liberator count is just down to the 2, but as you point out, the medevacs is the big concern for me. He can keep stimming and just keep up the aggression, and that army is so much stronger. He went up and took his natural again, by the way, which is a depleted base. So even when this finishes, I think it'll be kind of hard for Time to figure out that he has it, but the income that comes from that base is going to be really unimpressive.
Yeah, I mean, this command center is going to be lifted off. If he
could just win.
That could be huge.
Where's the SCVs?
There is a barracks floating on the right-hand side in the dead space.
Oh, all right. Safe from that.
That command center taking a ton of damage, though. He's sending a Stalker to the high ground as well. It is burning right now. All the depots going down. Time took a long period over there on the left-hand side of the map to clean that up.
Oh, and it's on fire. Yeah. It's the barracks that's safe here.
Yeah. There's no way to eliminate Time because that barracks is out of reach until Haas rebuilds his tech and his Stargate. The crazy thing is Time has no idea. Look at Time's vision. The last place you would expect a Protoss player to re-expand is in his own natural.
He might think that he needs to go finish off the buildings, though, I guess.
Yeah, that's what might lure him up there. But for now, look at the way Haas is moving. He's just trying to keep him occupied, and Time is like, what are you doing? He's like, where is your economy? Where? Because he knows, because Haas hasn't been revealed, there has to be a nexus somewhere.
And he might find that nexus.
Oh, my lord.
Oh, that's interesting.
A single pylon in the main, Haas has his production back up. High Templar tech back up. He just needs to take double gas, which he's just taken on his natural. He's going to start mining those gases. He sent a probe into the main to repower it.
Templar.
Yeah, and then he can just warp in High Templar. It's going to be insane.
I mean, it's only 1 or 2 storms to absolutely win this game. That's actually the final SCV, by the way. So this game, at best... Well, I mean, Haas can still lose.
Yeah. Time can only win if he finds what's going on.
That's a Stargate right there.
Oh, my gosh.
He already has a Stargate.
Yeah, that's a game-winning. If he just gets out a single Phoenix, that alone can take down the barracks in the corner.
And Haas is shaving off some units here as well.
Wow. The madman Haas, he just knows how to play these down and dirty situations. I absolutely love seeing this. Just a player.
Oh my God, and he knows that's the final building. He knows that's the final building.
Yeah, he's been here before. He's going to be here again.
Haas is still not mining gas. Okay, there he goes. He just started, actually.
He realized immediately.
Oh my God. Oh no, he's
dumped it into the Void Ray. He's got that Void Ray chrono boosting. And finally, Time sees it, and he goes, oh man, he's got to feel his heart.
Oh, he sees the Stargate. He has to know.
Oh, man. He knows he's on a timing. He's got to get up there. He has to cut off that Void Ray. The Marines are desperately
not
stimming.
The base, the Void Ray.
He's got to stop that Void Ray getting out. If those Marines don't get on top of that Stargate.
He doesn't know.
Oh, no. The Void Ray is out. The barracks is trying to flee for its life.
It just has to set fire to it.
The Stalkers are there as well. The Stalkers are going to dive on it.
Nothing can stop it. That's going to be it. Haas wins. Holy cow.